tree diagrams. Carl is taking the driving theory test. There are two parts. The probability that he passes part 1 is 5/6. The probability that he passes part 2 is 3/4. Part A. Draw a tree diagram to show this information. A probability tree diagram is a way of showing all the outcomes of two or more events. Start by writing a heading for each event. Here there are two events, part 1 of the test and part 2 of the test. You need to draw branches for each event. You write the outcomes at the ends of the branches. So the two branches for this event are pass and fail. You write the probabilities of each outcome on the branches. The probability that Carl passes part 1 is 5/6. On each pair of branches, the probabilities must add up to 1. So the probability that Carl fails part 1 is 1/6. For the second event, you need to add 2 pairs of branches, one after each outcome of the first event. So if Carl passes part 1, he can either pass or fail part 2. And if Carl fails part 1, he can still either pass or fail part 2. The probability of passing part 2 is 3/4. So the probability of failing part 2 is 1/4. The probabilities are the same on the other pair of branches, 3/4 and 1/4. That's your complete probability tree diagram. Part B. Work out the probability that Carl passes both parts. You can work out the probabilities of combined events by multiplying along the branches on a tree diagram. So the probability that Carl passes both parts of the test is 5/6 times 3/4. Multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators to get 15/24. Remember to write your fraction in lowest terms. You can cancel a factor of 3 from the top and bottom of this fraction to get 5/8.